हांव आतां रिक्वेस्ट करता की यंग एंड डायनॅमीक लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन हांणी आमच्या सभेक मार्गदर्शन करचें.
His Excellency the Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, Bab Rajendra Allekar, Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant Bab, our esteemed Speaker Bab Ramesh Tawardkar, Deputy Speaker Bab Joshua D'Souza, my fellow colleagues in the Assembly, our most esteemed senior former legislators, Vice President of this forum, Bab Victor Gonsalves, Vice President Bab Mohan Abshekar, Secretary and Treasurer Bab Sadanand Malik, MLAs, Member of Parliaments, and my dear brothers and sisters. I deem it a privilege today, an honor to say a few words on the occasion of the Goa Legislators Day, organized by the Goa Legislators Forum. January 9th is of a great significance in the legislative history of our state. 9 January 1964 marks the first session of the Goa Assembly after liberation. The venue was the old secretariat known to all as Adil Shah's Palace. I welcome you all at the outset and extend my warm greetings for a safe, healthy and prosperous new year. As a young and a first-time legislator, my heart swells with pride in the company of our former legislators, many of whom have left indelible marks in this august assembly through their studied and passionate debates. A few have impressed me with their serious interventions laced with humor. How can we forget the doyens in the earlier assemblies, such as Bahusab Bandodkar, Dr. Jack Sikera, Shri Ennio Pimenta, Shri Roque Santan Fernandez, Dr. Luis Proth Barbosa, Shri Shambhu Bao Mandekar. I also recall the fiery legislators, Mrs. Victoria Fernandez, fondly known as Mami, Mrs. Nirmala Sawant, Dr. Kashinath Jalmi, Advocate Radharao Gracious, Advocate Dayanand Narvekar. We have the longest innings MLA and our former Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rao Rane, who also adored the chair of the Speaker. I also recall the contribution of Advocate Eduardo Bab Falero. I have to make a special mention of the unforgettable Manohar Bhai Parrikar, who excelled as the leader of opposition and later to be the Chief Minister of Goa. In the same way, the Honorable Governor Shri Rajendra Bab Allekar, you are remembered for your precise debates in the Assembly and very articulate presentations in the House. Esteemed colleagues, I need to manage my home politics and will get a hit unless I mention the innings of my father, Shri Joachim Alemao, and my uncle, Shri Churchill Alemao, who continue to be on the lips of Goans. In short, indeed, we have legislators who have made this august assembly richer and have left their imprints in the legislative history of Goa. Esteemed colleagues, as I look at the past and today, I observe changes which are positive and negative. The positive aspects are the use of information technology in the assembly proceedings with the objective of making the assembly paperless. The legislators are becoming or have to become tech savvy. Just a mobile has revolutionized access to information and access to people. Apps like WhatsApp, Signal and Telegram are keeping the MLAs on their toes. Social media through Facebook, Twitter and Instagram have facilitated information and at the same time have put pressure on the people's representatives. All these instruments and live telecast of the assembly proceedings are making us very popular. They are also making us materials of ridicule. It is not only our performance in the assembly, even our movements and private life is monitored. The positive aspect today is also that the assembly can truly boast of a rich and well-stocked library with print and digital materials. Esteemed colleagues, I see the negatives. In the failing standards of the assembly debates as compared to the past, we have laws rushed through without debate and discussion. The MLAs and ministers tend to focus more on rhetoric rather than substance. People's expectation from the MLA is shifting from a lawmaker to a provider of public service and infrastructure. Gradually, the legislator is shifting away from lawmaking to becoming a provider of services. I also see the negatives in the reduced number of days of the sitting of the House. Further, in the recent years, there is a tendency to make the MLAs crawl for getting approvals for public works and projects. I am told that there are even informal instructions to boycott the works in constituencies of opposition MLAs. We are expected to compromise our freedom of expression, dissent, and criticism. These are not good signs of a healthy democracy and a vibrant democracy. But I am observing these tendencies. But whatever it is, the show goes on and should go on. As our Chief Minister says, Biupachi Gorozna. Esteemed colleagues, this is not the time to make this atmosphere serious. But before I part from you, I would be failing in my duty if I fail to mention just three important things which deserves the attention of all of us. By all of us, I mean the current legislators and the former legislators. The first one is the Madai issue is one which is serious. I recall the Goa Legislators Forum had passed a unanimous resolution in 2020 calling on the centre to prevent Karnataka from diverting the Madai river basin through Kalsa Bandura project. It would be of great service to our state if the Goa Legislators Forum engages itself in a one-day conference on this burning issue. It is indeed a sorry state to see that the casinos have almost captured our river Mandovi in the capital city. The abuse that we observe in the transfer and sale of land with land bankers from outside taking charge. Friends and colleagues, I take your leave with the above three issues which are of concern to each and every one of us. It was a pleasure to meet all of you and share my mind. I wish you all the best and a happy new year to all of you once again. Thank you.
थँक यू युरेबाब जे तुम्ही हांगासर तुमचे विचार मांडलेले आसात ताचो जरूर सगळो हांगासर ओपन फोरमान भितर सुद्दां ताचो विचार जातलो.